Buenos dias. And don't forget, our safe practices are in order. Always wear your face mask. When you're taking it out, you just use the ends, the handles at the ends here. Remember to, if you're going to use it again, you got to close it back like this. Rest on the outer part, flat on the table, and your hands, it's very important that your hands don't touch that outer side. Don't forget to wash your hands and safe practices. Now, in our last lesson, I saw a lot of people had problems with their measuring. All right. So, one of the most important tools you will be using is a ruler. Now, rulers, when you measure, you always start from zero. All right, we are looking at centimeters. Your rulers, some rulers have two measurements. You have centimeters and inches. So you always start from zero and you start at the straight edge of whatever you are measuring. So today we are going to do some measuring in our art and we are going to make this. Yes, you are going to be the designer. I want an anthurium. Your design is with anthuriums. You can do whatever you want. But I want to see the size of the card being the same. And we're going to do a little drama. Ah, so we are making a Mother's Day card. It's twist and turn. I know some of you say, I can't do that. Remember, I can do all things with Christ who strengthens me. Take your time and watch the video. You can do this. So let's begin. All right, so the name of the card is Twist and Pop card. If you go on YouTube, there are many other examples of twist and top, right? So we are looking at an anthurium, and the anthurium symbolizes hospitality and abundance. I too am a lover of anthuriums, but I have not been lucky to get it to flower as yet. Maybe one day. But what I love about the anthurium, it's a natural heart. It's tropical. It's our country. Is what we find. It grows naturally here. And it says nothing better says I love you more than an anthurium. And anthuriums come in many colors. Some are pink, some are red, and some are white. All right. So to make an anthurium, we can use a toilet paper roll because when you squeeze it, it makes a natural heart. So I want you to take your sketch pad and hold it for me on landscape. And you're doing your work across here. You're doing a repeated pattern, your design. My design was that you can choose whatever design you want to do. But I want to see the anthurium. It could be pink, it could be white, it could be red, any color that you want. All right. Now, you can use any medium. I would prefer that you use paint to first get the initial shape. So you will have that constant shape. And you can use colored pencils, markers, crayons to color the inside. So you will get that control that you want. Some of you love to paint, go right ahead and paint it. Okay? Now, some of you I know may not have red construction paper. You may not have the color that you want. You could paint it. So hence I painted mine. I wanted a red background. Some of you might want a peach background. Some of you might want a yellow background. Whatever it is you want. Some of you might be lucky to have different color Bristol board to suit the card that you're making. So we are looking at making the base of the card, which is 30 by 10 centimeters. 30 centimeters the width. So you take your ruler. So from 0 to 30, right? That is the length of your card. Now this is the base of our card. All right. So that is the length. And then the width of the card is 10. Okay. So notice here I have measured and then I'm going to put a dot right there. Then I want to measure 10 centimeters width. So look at how the ruler lines up with the edge of the paper Here I will put a dot. I will put it at 2 spaces so I will get my straight line. You will get something looking like this, okay? A rectangle. Once you have that ruler measure. So my 2 dots, draw my straight line. This is the edge of my Bristol board, right? Now remember the artwork I told you to do? You return to your artwork and you measure. And then you are going to use it to cover the front of your the front part or the outer part of your card. Okay, so the outer part is what you're covering. So if we refer to mine, I liked the fact that the red showed. So I cut it a little small. You are the designer. Either you could make it fit the exact thing, you could make it just fit an area. You are the designer. You design your card, right? But I must still see that repeated pattern popping up. Okay? All right. So the outer part of my card look like this, and the inner part, I want the middle inner to have this dot. Let me show you what I mean by this dot. So let me stop share. So the outer part would have been your design, whether you want to cover the entire thing, whether you want to do like me, where I left some of my borders showing. You are the designer, but the inside I want it to be different. I want that midpoint here in the middle. I want that center point. How do we find the center point? Hold your card, portrait, fold it in half, and then fold it in quarter. You see that point there? That is the midpoint, and you will put a white dot. You will stick an image here and here, but I want that point and dot to remain. I need that point there because remember, we are making a twist and turn card. All right, so let's get back. So let's go back again. So the outer part is your design. The inner part, that point is the midpoint, which I must see. I want a design in the inside, okay? Because we want the card, the red board is really, that is just holding the card. All right? Okay. So now we are going to part 3 where we are making the greeting card. And again, we are measuring 26 centimeters. Here I put my 2 dots, hold my ruler, draw the line, my 9 centimeters width. Okay? Right. So when I get it, I would get my strip like this. That's my strip. But then I want to fold it in quarters. This is what you do to fold in quarters. Fold it in half like this. Press it down because you want those edges in. Fold it in half again like this. But I want it accordion. So look at me again. I fold it in half, then I fold it in quarter, making sure I press it down. I can't do this in the air for you, but you could take on your table and you use your ruler and you press it down on the surface because it's very important you have these sharp edges. And you would get just like what you've seen. So I wanted to fold like that M. So I go up, in, up, in, up. So therefore I will get the letter M. Let me just show that again. Right? So I want up, in, so that when I open it, I get the letter M. I want that accordion look, okay? After I do that accordion look now, I go back again to my art. And in my art, I cut out 4 quarters to fit on it. So here it is. I had my picture, MOM. And remember in our last lesson, we used word clouds. I used the word hug all over again. I think it's love I have there. I think I have kisses there. I did it over and over again. I am leaving that to you. You design that 4 quarters and whatever it is you want. You could write each quarter with a note to mommy, right? Remember, it's a Mother's Day card. You are the designer. You do what you want to do. You are designing, okay? You are designing your accordion. All right. Now, mind you, what I'm looking for though, your design must not be way off. It must be close to your Mother's Day card. So notice I had my reds and I had a little dark, a little bit there. Notice those colors, and I had pink. It is also infused here. It's not far off from what it is. And you stick it down. Sorry, here it didn't stick down properly. But I stuck it down on all the 4 quarters of the accordion. Remember that accordion we had before? Right? That's the accordion, and you stick it down securely, not like this, stick it down securely on it. Okay, so the twist and turn, girls, I need for you to pay attention. All right, the twist and turn is a little bit tricky. So again, we go across again, measuring 20 centimeters, look at the point, and 9 centimeters. Look at how we put 9 at the edge. Notice how the lines of the ruler line up with the edge of the page. Put a dot. And remember, when we are drawing lines, always put 2 dots. Okay, so when you cut that out, let me get my extra piece of paper here. When you get it out, first you have to fold it half the line, and then you're going to measure 5 centimeters on the ends and make the diagonal. So let me just stop a minute and show you what I mean by that. Right. So you have your straight end here like this, okay? Now I did it in phases here because I know it will be a little difficult to show you what to do. Okay, so this is your 20 by 9 centimeters. From each end, you will measure 5 centimeters. So from the end here, 5 centimeters dot here, 5 centimeters dot here. Again, I measured again, 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters. So if you look carefully, so there is a 5 centimeters measurement from here to here, here to here, here to here, here. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dots. When I get my 4 dots, I am going to make my diagonals. Then here's what I want you to do. The first thing I want to do, we're working with the creases. The creases are important. First thing, hold it on landscape, fold it in half like this. That fold line is muy importante, that fold line, right? And don't forget that fold line. Open it up again. You see where this diagonal is? The diagonal is a line across. There is one across and there's another one. You take it and you fold it only on that diagonal. Do not go beyond that. So you do like this, right? I'm folding on my line, and you do the same thing over here. Okay, so when I open it, you can actually see the fold lines. I did it in white because I thought it would show a little better. All right, so let's get back here. So remember what I was telling you. It is all in effect of making the twist. That twist is important. All right? All right. So therefore, you would have seen your your lines, your diagonals. Okay? And then you turn and press down. So let me just stop share that because I know that would have been a little bit difficult for you to understand. Right? Okay. So remember when we had this, and remember when we fold on the diagonals, check this out. Using the fold line, I can just squeeze it down here. Using the fold line, I could just squeeze in there, right? So here we have, would you believe, this is the turn and twist. This is what makes things turn and twist. You see in this? These fold, look at it again. So remember when we did the fold line in half and the fold line on the diagonals, okay? So you're just folding it down like this, You're folding it down like this. Your twist and turn. That's your twist and turn. And some of you in infants would remember this was our house. Remember we were making a house, right? This is also, it also resembles a house, but this is the open part. Okay? So let me just get back to one more thing. Now, when you do this, right? We did the house. We do this. Just, I want you to just do this for me too. And just kind of, so right where you see this here, right? Just bend it up a bit. That's it. And open it back again. Okay? This is very important too. So you would see the fold line. We just look, what we are looking for is the folds. The folds are the keys. So look at it again. So this, we just want to fold it. I just want to see the fold. The folds are important. And then open it back again. Okay? Right? So let's get back again. Right, so we are pressing the folds. Okay, so remember I told you on the inside of the card, put a dot, right? Put the dot, and you're taking this and you're lining it up by the dot. All right? Look at how it's open, so you want to see that space, and you're lining it up. So we have our dot here. We have our dot here. Let me get a marker. Right. So we have our dot here. All right. Let me see, you've seen it. And you're taking this and you're lining that point exactly by that dot. Okay. Now you see the triangle here. You see this triangular piece here and this triangular piece. You're going to put glue there. That is the twist and turn mechanism, but it must line up exactly on that point here. Let me hold it correctly, and it must be straight. You're holding it exactly like this, and you're putting glue here. So I'm going to put a little color in for you to know where the glue is going to go. Right. So where you see my green here, it's glue, and this glue will attach itself to here, to the top part of the card, and this glue will attach itself to the bottom part of the card. So it's going to look like this, but it's only going to be very wary. You only want it in the area of the triangle. So let me show you. In the area of the triangle, the space of the triangle, the glue is only solamente there, only in the area of the triangle. So let's go back and see what happens next. Excellent. So it's going to look like that. So in this area of the triangle, there is glue. This area of the triangle, there is glue. There's our designs, and that is the inside of the card. Now, when you do that, you should actually see the card will start, so it will open and the mechanism has begun. Okay? The twist and turn has begun. Right. So I know this part might be a little bit challenging, but I know you can do it because you can do all things with Christ who strengthens you. So let me just put my glue here. Glue here. I'm using masking tape to do this thing quickly. Right. Okay. So remember the mom greeting card, right? The mom greeting was 26 centimeters, and this part here is 20 centimeters. Therefore, it is bigger than it. Remember too, we are looking always at that center line. So the center, which is the first 2 quarters, right? Because this is 4 quarters, it is going to go here. You're not sticking it down. You're making sure and lining it up, right? You're making it sure and lining it up. So let me hold it there. So therefore, it will look like this. It will be a little bigger than, let me stop share. Right. So if I were to hold this directly in front of it, clearly you would see the 26 is bigger than the 20. This is the 26 and this is 20. Now remember I told you before, put a little fold. So right, let me get another two colors here. We're going to start the mechanism for the turn. This is the trick in the turn. So the twist was the triangles. Now we want to do the turn. So the turn, you're going to put just a little bit of glue. Remember when I told you fold it before? You're putting a little bit of glue there. And you're sticking it here. You're lining it up like that. Look at it again. A little bit of glue there. And you're lining it up. Not you're bringing it in like that. Now, mind you, we're not sticking this part here. Let me hold it. How am I holding it? Right. You're not sticking it here. We're flipping it on this side. And you're just putting a little bit of glue here at the bottom, right? And at the other side, you're putting a little bit of glue at the top, like that. So let me just hold it for you. So therefore, look at it. A little bit of glue at the top and a little bit of glue at the bottom. The greeting, remember the greeting is bigger than it, but we want that to pop. So it must fit direct on top of it. See how the popping has started already? All right. So let me get what it would look like. Now, when you put that little bit of glue, that is the twist and turn. Let me show you how I did it on the inside here. So therefore, here you can see where, well, it's red and red. That wasn't smart. So here you can see the attachment of the glue, just a little bit there. And here you can see just a little bit there. So therefore, it's going to pop. Also, let me just put it in here for you to see. So here we have, you can see the 20 centimeters folding below, and you can see the M, remember that M we did, it's on top. Okay, so the card will actually, so when you open it, the card twists and turns. Let me look at it again. So the card twists and turns. All right, so you have your design, repeated pattern, your design on the inside, twist and turn. Okay, let me just show you again too. This is the twist and turn mechanism on the inside. And remember, I told you, you're just putting a little bit of glue, not on the whole thing, here and here. This is what makes it turn, by putting a little bit of glue at the top and a little bit of glue at the bottom. Now, one of the things with gluing, this project takes time. So you have to work, let it dry. Work, let it dry. If the glue is wet while you're doing it, it will keep shifting, and you don't want that. So you need to work, let it dry, go back again, work, let it dry. All right? So I want you to have fun. While you're doing it, always remember to say, I can do all things with Christ who strengthens me. And take it this way. Look at how we are doing work now online. We never thought it would have been so intense and so much, but with God's grace, we are doing it. I can do all things with Christ who strengthens me. So, safe practices are in order. I put back on my face mask by holding it by the handles. I don't ever touch that mask, right? So I have to go out again, hold it by the handles, cover my nose, cover my mouth. I do not touch the mask. When I'm finished with it, I put it in the wash. Okay? So, I want you to hug and kiss that person in your family who is going to be celebrating Mother's Day. I want you to pray for her and ask her always for health and strength. And I want to thank you and God bless all mothers on Mother's Day. Adios.